kind of gently scoop it out and throw away. So that's not the one you want to do. Underneath, there is a little cloudy, whitish water. You smell it, it's a little sour smell. That is the one, LAB, Lactic Acid Bacteria. Now, the numbers of the LAB in there is not the greatest. So you want it to multiply. It's a large quantity, large number. So step 2, you want to buy some milk. Ideally, if you have the John Cavalry's farm, the fresh milk that you squeeze it, that'll be the best one. But if you don't have it, go to the Walmart or someplace. They have already, you know, the milk. If you buy the milk like this, it has what?
Raw milk?
Raw milk. Raw milk is the best one, but you know, they have pasteurized milk like that in the Walmart milk. Yeah, still it works okay. So if you can just buy it, 1 gallon of milk costs about, I think Walmart costs about $5.43 or something like that. So buy 1 gallon of milk. Then now you have this one, step 1 LAB here, right? So you got 1 gallon jar, that's an empty jar. This is 1 gallon is how many quarts or how many liter is it? 4 quarts or 4 liter. Or if it's a milliliter, that's a 4,000 milliliter, right? Don't put it all, only put 2.5 quarts out of the 4 quarts. Okay? 2.5 quart here, 10% of the 2.5 quart is about how much? It's a 2.5 quart or 2.5 liter means 2,500 milliliter, right? It's a, you know, liter, a milli is a 1,000 times. So it's a 2.5 liter is 2,500 milliliter. 10% of that is how much? 250. Most of the, you know, the water bottle that we buy from, you know, Walmart or something, that's a 500, is it? 500, yeah. That's a 500 milliliter. So if half of them is 250. So all you have to do is 2.5 liter here, and then add it from here, half a bottle of that bottle water. Okay?
Which is 1 cup.
Which is, yeah,
one pint.
Yeah.
So 1 cup.
That's a one, yeah. Whatever it said, I said 250 milliliter is the exact amount. 10%, okay? 10% comes from original LAB here. You put it in here, and then you cover like this. This one you cover, and the rubber band or cover like this. This one, put it the same side of the first LAB, okay? Shaded area, room temperature, not outside the direct sunlight, okay? This one, 5 days. 5 days. Now I'm talking about the tropical area that we're making this. If you cold area, like maybe you go now to Colorado or to New York, I think it's kind of started to be cold, yeah? Cold area is taking a little longer time. But I'm talking about this tropical Hawaii. Then this is 1 day, and this one, 5 days. After 5 days, if you open it, look at it, there's about 1 inch thick, whitish lump develops. You just plug it in the whole thing. So if you shake it just, you know, one big chunk is just there. Almost like a tofu. Yeah? Almost like tofu. But if you smell it, it's a sour smell. If you taste it, what it is a yogurt. Yogurt or cottage cheese. That's what it is. So, first step, LAB. Second step, milk milk 2.5 liter, 10% of that 250 milliliter is out of here, and then 5 days you cover, and then after that it's done. So all you have to do is this finished part of this cheese or yogurt. You have to strain that liquid here to collect. If you have a cheesecloth or like that, I usually use. I bought from the Ace Hardware. They have a paint strainer. It's a big kind, about $4. It's a pouch. Yeah. So all I have to do is just put the paint strainer, and then I tilt it. Then fluid will come out. The lump will stay there, and then just finally, if I tilt it real bad, then lump will come out. Anyway, you got collected this fluid here, and it's a yellowish, little cloudy. It's a sour smell fluid, liquid. That's 100% lactic acid bacteria. They finished. Now, what are you going to store? How are you going to store? The two ways to store this finished product of LAB. Number one, you store in the refrigerator. You can store many months. So you can use that way. And then number two, if you have to take it to some place. I went to the Philippines to have a medical mission trip, and I need to carry that one. There's no icebox I can carry with it. So I put, what the molasses, the liquid sugar, molasses and LAB 1-to-1 ratio. 1-to-1 ratio. Then you can keep it in the room temperature a long time. Or if you don't have a molasses, brown sugar is another way. So almost 1-to-1 ratio, you can mix it.
And how long is the shelf life for that?
That's almost
Ever.
Well, I cannot say forever, but many months you can keep it as it is. So that's a two-way of storage. Now the next question is how to use it. How much take it, right? 1 to 1,000. When you spray to the plant, 1 to 1,000. So if it's a 1 liter or 1 quart, all you have to do is 1 cc. That's effective, very, very effective. But if you want to drink yourself, because I'm telling you, this is really, really good thing to do for your intestinal system. Because we, knowingly or unknowingly, we are exposed so much antibiotic or pesticide and all these things. Our normal gastrointestinal system, which normally has 3% of your body is a germ. Your body, normal healthy people, they analyze, and then they have about 3% of their weight is a germ. Million or zillion different kinds. They don't even know what's the name of it. But they categorize, good germ is about 85%. Bad germ is about 15%. That's the way our body is maintaining okay, harmonious. Now, if you have everything is natural, that's the way it is. But practically now, everybody you have exposed to so much antibiotic because doctor gave a prescription, because you eat the meat. Meat, if you go to the meat raising place, what do you see? They just pour the antibiotic to their feed. So you ended up to have all small amount antibiotic stuck in the meat that you eat every day. So it's just practical reality. Yeah? So assuming that's happening every day in our life, our bowel system is disturbed by this extra, the killing the antibiotics or pesticide, whatever. So if that's the case, what is the solution for that? You just have to supplement. Good guys. That's LAB. That's a good germ in our body. So what I usually do myself, I talked already my testimonial that I started drinking myself. I drink about 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, which is about 1 ounce, with my meal or after eat the meal. Especially if you go to the big party, has so much delicious food, you just, you know, eat overeating. Then what do you feel? My stomach is kind of bloated and this uncomfortable, you know, sometimes it's cramped. These things happen, but if you drink this extra 1 ounce whenever you overeat, within 10 minutes you feel very comfortable. That's a very immediate, almost immediate result. I have felt that way. And I told the people that I'm 76 years old now, but 50 years ago I removed my stomach 80% because I had a perforated duodenal ulcer. And so I had to remove my stomach 80%. So I have lived about 50 years with the 20% of my original stomach. Now, after operation, I was fine in terms of pain in my stomach and everything. But side reaction after stomach operation is that I feel very cold my feet when I leave the cold area. Before I moved to Hawaii, I lived in Maryland, Baltimore, and I had so cold my feet. Even summertime, I wear this thick socks myself, and then my stomach is kind of cold too, and then diarrhea develops. So you know, that's a chronic recurrent problem of mine. And after I learned this one, gee, the LAB does a good things for the plants, and I eat those indirect way. Why not I take it myself? So I started taking this about 1 tablespoon of that LAB into the water. It's not the 1 to 1,000. I had put a lot more than that, 10 times more, 15 times, all right. And then I drank it. I felt good. I felt very comfortable. So I continued to take it, and I had anybody heard of Crohn's disease?
Yeah.
That's a pretty bad gastrointestinal problem. And one of the patients, I work in the University of the Nation in Kona, and then he come to me. I always have a stomach problem. My diagnosis was the Crohn's disease, and so I have diarrhea now. So I told him, I cannot guarantee you, but I drink myself this one and it helped. So would you try? And I gave it the LAB, and so he tried. But 1 week later, he came to me. I felt so good in my whole life. Yeah. So I said, that's good. Because when you have really stomach trouble, you can't tell somebody else that I have diarrhea, but it is something that very easily helpful. So if any of you have a trouble with diarrhea, stomach cramps, and things like that, I want you to try and see whether that helps.
Dr. Clark,
Okay,
what's
yeah.
the ratio for hemoconsumption?
This is my research. This is not my research derived data, but it's just my own experience. Just think about it. I drink about 1 tablespoon or 1 ounce. What ingredient was there that's so harmful to me? But Master Cho teach me 1 to 1,000, which this much amount is 1 liter. It's a very small amount. But I should take a little more than that. So I drank 1 tablespoon each time, or sometimes I take a couple of tablespoons, mix with the water. I mean, about this much water, whatever I drink usually, and then So actual amount of the LAB is only 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons each time I eat. So that's my standard recommendation because I'm doing okay. I recommend other patients that come in to me, and you try with the 1 tablespoon.
Dr. Park,
Yeah.
do you have to use dairy milk, or can you use other than like
I think milk is all the milk.
soy, coconut, anything like that?
I haven't tried with soybean milk, but there's no reason why you say you cannot do that.
Goat
So,
milk.
huh?
Goat milk.
Oat milk is fine. That's milk.
I'm saying other than animal, you can use non-dairy.
That I have not tried, but I think nutritional value. I think LAB might, drink it same thing. Yeah. But anyway, so lactic acid bacteria for the plant, for the natural farming, is you can use any time. You can use the seedling time. You can use planting time. You can use growth period time. You can use any the time you can use it. Only time you should not use it is before you harvesting your fruit. When you harvest your fruit, you want to have a sweet taste, right? If you use the sprayed LAB before you harvesting, 2 weeks before or something, then your fruit becomes less sweet. And if that's the case, you cannot sell this market. So only time that recommend not to use is before harvest the fruits. But other than that, any time you can use. Okay?
What is
Any
the
question?
benefit? What's the benefit for the plants?
I told you already. It helps with the root system develop well. Root of the plants. Okay? It makes its leaf size bigger, thicker, and then shinier. Isn't that good effect? Yeah.
I wasn't here.
So, in other words, the LAB is a good guy for the plants as well as the human. Yeah.
You don't have to cook the milk, right? You don't have to sterilize. You can
Raw,
just use.
raw milk.
Yeah, you
But
want
some people ask me, I'm allergic to milk. So I'm milk intolerance. I have a problem with the, lactose intolerance. After you fermenting, you can still use it. You can. Yeah, I asked them to, okay, try it because it's different from milk. LAB is not the milk. Okay, the LAB bacteria use that up. I mean, they eat that and they change the form. So it's not a milk itself. It's just the bacterium itself. So you can try the.
But you can use pasteurized milk.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used the pasteurized milk.
Uh-huh.
But ideally, if you have a raw milk, just go for it. That's even better.
Yep.
Yeah. Any other question? Yeah.
I know it's really, really good for animals. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like how it's used to implement animals?
I'll just say the information that I got it from Korea. There's one pig farmer. I just read that internet article. Pig farmers, 1999, he started pig farm. He had 150 pigs studied. And then he started feeding LAB for the pig. 2007 or so, about 8 years later, these pigs not diseased. They don't catch disease very much. And he did not give immunization. He didn't have to give immunized. He was so successful. His pigs increased 15,000 in 8 years. So he's very popular pig farm in Korea. I wanted to go to visit next month. I'm going. But in other words, LAB is good for any animals, human beings.
You just put it in our water, like the same ratio?
I don't know how he gave, but he developed his own, the lactic acid bacterium product. So I don't know, but you know, LAB is LAB. So you don't have to pay a lot of money to buy it. So, you know, you can buy this probiotic in the store. I'm not against them. Only thing is, I'm a little bit concerned because they use so much additive to make it taste good, to have a nice color, to preserve longer time. They have something added to it. So not only you pay extra money, but also it's not that natural. Why not use this one?
What do you do with the white thing? The liquid?
Give it to your yogurt.
Oh, okay.
Yogurt,
There you go.
you can eat. You can eat. If you don't want to eat it, you give the animal. The animal will love it. Yeah, they love it. And even plants, you give it under the ground, and then that's great. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, LAB is a great stuff. So, especially if you make that simple, just rice, but the milk, you know.
Okay.
Or you can feed your animal.
Okay.
But then make sure there's no colorful stuff growing
Right, no
on top.
Pink,
No,
no green.
Right.
Make sure that tub is white.
Okay. And then the liquid is my LAB.
Yes.
And that goes in the fridge unless I want to go 1-to-1 brown sugar, in which case good forever.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to invest in brown sugar.
Yeah. And brown rice vinegar.
Yeah, and the brown rice vinegar.
Vodka.
Even with that investment, it's still inexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so. It just this thing lasts forever. I don't know. I sometimes I think I just finished the fish amino acid that I made 2009 or 2010. Yeah, it lasts that long. Yeah, it's amazing. And just in 1 month, you can make most of the input in 1 month. Just fish amino acid, FAA, and then OHN. That takes longer. But otherwise, you can finish everything in 1 month, and then you can relax and farm, just grow stuff. It's so much fun. And then when you farming, you keep moving. I always work early in the morning. And you don't really have to exercise anymore. You're always moving. Yeah. Yes, I mean, when you see, you cannot just, I do later. No, I gotta do it now. I gotta help this one. Yeah. Somehow that way. And then you get more sensitive and you have more love in your heart somehow. And then your family get along way better. I don't know why. Yeah.
You're getting the nutrients.
You don't need to go to see psychiatrists. Just farm together.